Today I'm going to be talking about Copaiba oil resin from Rainforest Chica. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Rainforest Chica, the company, then I'm going to talk about the oil itself and give you my opinion of it. My name's Sharon, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you guys subscribe below and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. Okay, so let's get started. I found out about Rainforest Chica a couple years ago. So it is a small business based out of Florida run by a woman named Chris. And she does travel to Brazil a few times a year. I believe she goes about 4 times a year, so about every 3 months. One thing that I really like about Rainforest Chica is just that she's very ethical about her entire company. So she travels to Brazil to focus on the suppliers that she uses. So she does usually use community farms, smaller farms, family-run farms, and she focuses on sustainability, ethics, and giving back to the community. She really likes the fact that she can help out these people with their lives, and they're not having to be part of a huge conglomerate, which often takes advantage of these smaller-run farms. And sustainability is in the forefront of her mind. So she is very passionate about a few things, and 2 of those things are animal rights and also plastic pollution. And she shares her opinions on her social media. So she does have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter a little bit, but not so much. And she talks about these subjects. So she has talked about cruelty-free products and veganism. I'm not sure if she is 100% vegan or vegetarian or just tries to limit the animal products that she has in her life, but she does share that information with us. One of the times when she went to Brazil a few months ago, she actually found a litter of abandoned puppies. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with South America or Latin America, but street dogs, abandoned dogs or puppies are pretty common there. It's commonplace to see them. I'm not saying that, it's going to be overrun by dogs, but chances are that you are going to see some street dogs. And what she did, despite the fact that she was only in Brazil for a small amount of time, like she does live in Florida, she only travels to Brazil for work. She's in Brazil for about 10 to 14 days. She decided to take these puppies and become responsible for them. So what does this mean is that she took them to the shelter, the pound, or the vet, or I'm not exactly sure, and she paid for their food, their shelter, their heartworm medicine, their any other shots that they needed and deworming and things like that. And these puppies were sick. So they had distemper and parvo, and these are 2 diseases that can kill puppies. And in fact, sadly, one of the puppies did die. But now the rest of them are thriving and doing well, and she's continuing to take responsibility for them, paying out of pocket for these puppies because this is something she's passionate about. And I do understand that in Brazil, costs are different. They're not like the United States. But still, the fact that she is doing this just shows that how concerned that she is for the welfare of these animals. And going along kind of hand in hand with animals is plastic pollution. And I know that this is somewhat of a difficult topic for her because she does have plastic in her packaging. It just seems nowadays it's inevitable. We are just so used to it. But she does try to limit the amount of plastic that she uses. So she has shared videos about, how we can reduce plastic consumption, things like reusable straws or bringing your own utensils with you when you go out to eat, to take away or things like that. She shared videos and how these can harm not only the earth but animals and also human lives. So those are 2 things that she's very passionate about. Now, Chris she runs her own business, and I know that her business has grown. So she has recently gone to a larger store. In addition to having like an online store, she does actually have a physical brick and mortar store based out of Florida. And she recently went to a larger store, and in the process, she actually had to downsize her home. So I'm not sure if she has a house or an apartment, but she did mention the fact, her business is booming, she's got a bigger space there, but her living quarters had been reduced. And that just goes to show how passionate she is about her business, that, she didn't have to do that. She could have stayed with a smaller store, but she decided to have a larger space and more options available. Now, the products that she has, she does have a very limited amount of products that she sells. And this is something that I personally like because I tend to get overwhelmed by choice. And she mainly sells raw ingredients, and these are usually cold pressed or wild harvested, but she also sells some ready-made products. So for people who don't want to DIY, they can purchase those products as well. Now Chris, although she does run it by herself, she does get help from friends and family, and she has posted pictures, of her family helping out or neighbors helping out with helping out, like taking things to the post office and things like that. And I know the fact that it's just her and her business is expanding has gotten to her a little bit as far as stress goes. And I can completely understand having to do, everything. She has posted about like when she goes to Brazil, she may not have internet, or the internet's just, slow or not reliable. Then when she comes back, she's just inundated with these messages and emails and all these orders that she has to fill. And it's just her, and she's running her social media, and she's doing the packaging and all the marketing and everything. It's on her, and she's doing a very good job with it. And I know she's trying to kind of outsource a little bit, or not so much outsource, but just kind of realize what she can and cannot take on. She might not have to answer every single Facebook messages or Facebook response like she has done in the past. But now I want to tell you guys a little bit about the oil itself. So I did purchase, this is Copaiba oil-resin. Now, this is not to be confused with essential oil, because I also have the essential oil from Avat, Appalachian Valley Natural Products, and Petroleum Treasures. I will link to that below so you guys can check that out. But this is the oil, and this is produced sustainably. So it's similar to how you would get maple syrup, or how you would get frankincense. And what they would do, or even dragon's blood, you are going to make a cut into the tree, and then that's going to come out. And you're going to take that and use that. And it is filtered. This is not processed at any way, but it is filtered so that you're not having any like tree parts in it. So I like the fact that it is sustainable. She has mentioned that this is called the oil of life in the Amazon. So many of these oils have been used for, centuries traditionally. And she mentioned they were used for Incas, Mayans, and the indigenous population. And it's called the oil of life, or the life oil, because it has saved lives. So what can you do with it? Is she says that it is good with anti-things, so anti-ulcers, antibacterial. It says it's very good at fighting against gram-positive bacteria. It's also good for some skin conditions such as psoriasis or eczema or acne, and that's the reason I got it. I do suffer from a little bit of acne. One of my daughters has eczema, and with eczema, it's just very difficult and stressful, especially when you're dealing with a child who's not very verbal. And I have learned that what's best for me is to use as few ingredients as possible, because even when I'm using a salve or a balm and it has like 3, 5, 7 ingredients or what have you, and she has a reaction, I have no idea what she's having a reaction to. So I do like the fact that it's just one single thing, and I know whether or not it's helping her or hurting her. So in addition to acne, eczema, and psoriasis, it can help with more complicated issues such as circulation, gout. She mentioned stress, bruises, and inflammation that you have. She also says on the flip side, on kind of the beauty side, it's really great for oily skin, and also anti-aging and wrinkles and things like that. So getting down to more of the scientific information about it, this is cold pressed, wild harvested, and it's from Brazil. So she does not have the fatty acid breakdown on our website. I'm sure you could look that up. I'll be honest, it's kind of a little bit over my head, the fatty acid composition, but she does mention that as 72 sesquiterpenes, I might be saying that wrong, which are mainly responsible for the smell. And she says that has a green, fresh smell. I don't really get that so much. I do feel like it smells like moss that you would find on a tree. I do find it to have a pleasant smell. She had another oil out there, soursop, which she said has a great fruity smell, and I don't get that. I honestly think that the Copaiba smells better than the soursop, but it just goes to show you how personal scent is and how it can vary person to person. So in addition to those 72 sesquiterpenes, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, it also has 28 diterpenes. And she says that these are responsible for the therapeutic values or the therapeutic properties of the oil, which I just told you about, things like acne, inflammation, and being against gram-positive bacteria. And she says that this is actually backed up scientifically. So you do have that, because I know that, in traditional medicine, people are using this, indigenous people are using this. Modern medicine kind of turns its nose up at the traditional uses, but this is actually having been backed up by science that it can help you with that. With that being said, with all the difficult things that it might help you with, I would also definitely go to a care provider. Unless you are schooled in traditional medicine, you might not all know all the things that traditional medicine people would know. So I do like this oil. I also like the fact that it doesn't solidify that much. It does have a little chunk, which you probably can't see in here. My house is set right now at 23 degrees Celsius, and some oils and butters, some oils do solidify at lower temperatures, and butters can melt at higher temperatures, and this is pretty easy to use. I do have one complaint, and that is about the bottle itself. So I did purchase the roll-on bottle. This was about $6, as I said, and I don't know if you guys can see, but right along here, right along here, you have the oil on the outside. And I've actually stored all of my products that I have in here. So they're inside bags, and they're set upright. And the reason for this is, for some reason, roller balls are really hit or miss. And it seems like the ones that I have gotten, just the oil somehow gets on the outside. And these roller balls are actually not colored glass. They seem to be painted glass. And I'm going to show you another one. This is the Anaeroba, the one that I said was solid. As you guys can see, like some of the paint has started to peel off. So I don't really like the bottles. I do like the fact that they're in roller-on bottles, and they do use metal roller balls. So the three most common ones that you're going to find, plastic is the most common, then you have metal, then you also have glass. Sometimes you can also find gemstone roller balls, but those aren't that common. But metal is always better than plastic. It does go on very easily. You can use this straight on your skin. If you are going to do that, please patch test. I do know that this is a natural product. With that being said, that doesn't mean it's 100% safe for everybody. Different people have different reactions. You can also mix this with other raw ingredients that you have and make your own body butter or balm or salve or what have you. And as I mentioned, this is different than the essential oil. The essential oil is known more for the pain relieving properties, and it seems like this oil resin or the carrier oil is more known for any skin conditions that you have or skin blemishes, such as drier skin or mature skin. So I do really like this. When I purchased from her in the future, the first time I purchased, I got a 5% off discount. I'm going to share that with you guys below. You can check that up. And since I've already ordered from her, now I have a discount code that I can get 10% off. She used to in the past when she went to Brazil, and she's currently in Brazil now. Her store is closed until the 18th, so everything says it's sold out, and shipping is going to start again on the 25th. But when she's gone to Brazil in the past, she has offered 15% off her entire site. And stuff does sell out quickly. I don't know if she's going to do that this time. So far, there is no code for the 15% off. But like I said, I do have a 5% off coupon for you guys below. So I would like to hear from you guys. I know that Rainforest Chica has really gotten more popular in the oil, butter, and lipids community. People do know her. She is very, she's held in high regards regarding the products that she has, as well as the ethics and the sustainability and just everything behind the company. So if you've ever purchased from her, please let me know what you purchased and what you thought of it. And if you haven't, definitely check out her website. She's got it arranged pretty well. And let me know what you would like to purchase. I really enjoy reading your comments. Please also like this video and give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to get the latest updates. I will see you guys later.